morning's message?
Good morning, second graders. Today we will be reading How Rocket Learned to Read, to learn about story structures. We will be using scrambled stories to help us put story events in the correct order.
Okay, so we have some pretty big words in this morning's message, so let's go through them together as a class. Does anyone know what the word structure means?
Like a building structure.
So something that holds the building up. So story structures are characters and events that kind of, and that the way that they're organized to create the plot and how the plot is solved in the end. Okay? And what about scrambled stories? It's kind of a funny word. Does anyone have a guess? Scrambled? What does that remind you of? Scrambled eggs. Yeah, so the story events are going to be all mixed up, and as a class we're going to work together to put them back together. So to do that, we are going to read How Rocket Learned to Read by Tad Hills. And does anyone know what the book might be about? What do they see on the cover? Dog. Okay, so that's a character. And a bird, another character. So what I want you to do is when you think you know the setting, you're going to put your hands on your head. When you think you hear a new character, you're going to put your finger to your nose. And when you think you know the plot, you're going to put your cheeks to your hands to your cheek. You guys got it? Okay. So we'll begin our story. Rocket loved to play. He loved to chase leaves and chew sticks. He loved to listen to the birds sing. Every fall morning after chasing leaves, Rocket would lie down in his favorite spot under his favorite tree. Very good. There he'd sniff the neighborhood smells and settle in a good nap. But one day, a little yellow bird startled Rocket. Aha! My first student. Wonderful, she sang. But if I am your teacher, Rocket was confused. Student? I'm not a... But if I am your teacher, the bird interrupted, then you must be my student. Rocket found it hard to argue with this bird. Very good. I'm so glad you saw my sign, the bird chirped. Oh yes, I can see it, Rocket said, but I don't know how to read it. Can't read? Fantastic, she waved in a wing. Welcome to my classroom. But I just came here to nap, Rocket said. No, there will be no napping in class, declared the bird, except, of course, during nap time. Well then, I came to nap over here, said Rocket. I've had a very busy day. Not to worry, I'll be around every day, chirped the bird, until the weather turns. As Rocket breathed in the crisp air, the little yellow bird hummed her banner. Ah, the wondrous, mighty alphabet, she marveled, where it all begins. What do you think we're going to do with the alphabet? The letters. Learn them? Yeah. Opening up a book, the bird began to read. She sang out the story of an unlucky dog named Buster who had lost his favorite bone. A cool breeze carried her lovely voice across the yard as at first, Rocket was disturbed. But before long, he found himself captivated. To Rocket, the story was as delicious as the earthy smells of fall. It was as exciting as chasing leaves. He closed his eyes and listened to every word. As Buster dug and dug under the lilac bush, the bird read. He felt something familiar. Rocket waited. Was it the bone? He wondered. Silence. Was it the bone? He called to the bird. More silence. Was it the bone? Rocket hollered. Suddenly, he was rushing to the tree. Well, was it? But the little yellow bird was gone. The next morning, Rocket arrived early. At last, the little yellow bird appeared. Hello, how wonderful to see you in class, she chirped. I can tell by your waggy tail that you are well rested. I'd like to hear the end of the story, please, said Rocket. That seems like a fine way to start the day, chirped the bird. She gave Rocket a name tag and began to read. Every day, Rocket returned to the little yellow bird's classroom. In the morning, the bird taught him a new letter, until he had learned all the wondrous, mighty alphabet. Together, they sang out the songs that each letter makes and spelled the sounds they heard around them. With a G and many R's, they spelled Mr. Barker's growl. Brrr. They spelled the sound of the wind, which was growing colder by the day. Swoosh. Soon they were spelling words like fall for the gusty time of year and red for the color of the leaves. And each afternoon the bird read a story. She read stories about dogs and birds. She read about leaves changing colors about birds flying south for the winter. Then one day, the weather turned and the letter banner disappeared. "See you again in the glorious spring," the bird sang, and as she flew into the wintry sky, she called, "Don't forget, words are built one letter at a time." The days grew shorter, and the leaves fell from the trees. The grass became crunchy. Soon Rocket's classroom disappeared under the snow. He remembered the little yellow bird's alphabet and practiced his letters, which is what we do, don't we? Rocket thought about the bird's sweet chirp while he sung about words like dig and wind and cold. He made new friends and spelled their names. Hello, Emma. Hi there, Fred. He spelled everything. Sun, melt. When Rocket spelled mud, he knew that spring, as it always does, had returned. The breeze blew warmer, the grass grew greener, and a sign appeared. Early the next morning, Rocket rushed to his classroom. As he waited, he spelled wag. Soon the little yellow bird arrived. "Aha, my star student," she sang. "How wonderful to see you. I can tell by your waggy tail that you are ready for class." Then together they began to read. They read stories about birds flying north in the spring. They read about picnics in the warm sun. And they read about Buster, the lucky dog who found his bone under the lilac bush. And when they were done, they read it again, and again, and again. Did you guys like that story? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, now, like I said, I'm going to separate you into groups of 3, and then after I separate you, I will tell you the next direction. So wait. So if you guys want to go together, and you guys can go in one section of the room, so if you, right here, and then you 3 want to work together, Sam, Devin, and Dee. And then, perfect, you 3. Okay, now I'm going to give you events, and they will represent different parts of the story. You guys here will be number 1, you will be the beginning. Each student will take one slip of paper, and that will represent an event that happened. Okay, so you guys are going to each take one, so everyone gets one. So there's 3 in each bag. You guys are the beginning, you're the beginning, you're the middle, and you're the end. So everyone go ahead and take out their slips. Everyone gets one. Read your slips and try to put them into order, the correct order. So try to remember the characters, events, and the story. And then when you're done, I want you to stand up and get in the order of your events. You're done? Okay, so go ahead and stand up and then go in order of your events. So everyone has their event and they're standing in the correct order. And we'll read them. Right there's fine. So if you're done, stand up in your spot and get in the correct order with your slip. And then we'll start with the beginning, then we'll go to the middle, and then the end.
So which one is on this way? Or,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah,
Over there.
Oh, then I need to go on the side.
So then it'll be like we're reading our story again. Okay, so group number 1, do you guys want to go ahead and read first? What was the first event you guys had?
The little bird welcomes Rocket to her classroom.
Okay, and then what did you have next?
Rocket tells the little bird that he can't read.
And then Haley?
Rocket hears a little bird reading a story.
Okay, groups 2 and 3, do you guys agree with that? Is that the correct order? It is, good job. Okay, group number 2?
Rocket learns the letters in the alphabet. Rocket and a little bird begin to spell words.
Little bird leaves from winter. Sound good? I think so too. And last?
Rocket practices sounding out words and spelling consonants.
The clock sign is up again.
And Rocket and the little bird read stories again and again and again.
Good job. Okay, well you guys can go back to your seats and put your slips back into your bag. And you have handouts at your desk that I gave to you earlier. So go ahead, I'll wait for everyone to get to their seats. So now that we've read the story and you guys have put the events into the correct order, you guys will be selecting 3 events from the story. You can pick any one you want, but you have to put them in the correct order using 3 complete sentences. Okay, so I will give you time to do that. And that